What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So I figured I'd do a video on this. It's been quite a few years since I did a video on it. I haven't done a video on my Switchblade since I got it. I did like a review video on it, so I figured I'd do kind of an update review video on it. It's been about 5-6 years since I got this knife right here, and I absolutely love it. It stays in my pocket. It essentially doesn't do much more than that. It's more of a peace of mind. Where I live, that it still opens really well. As you can tell, the blade, I had to have a little bit of work done on it. There's a guy in town who does sharpening and cleaning up of blades, so he cleaned up the blade for me. He basically restored the blade for me really well. He sharpened it up for me, cleaned everything up. I take really good care of her because, like I said, I mean, she's always in my pocket. This is one blade I always have on me. Essentially, it's a really great self-defense type tool, which is why I have it, which is why I carry it. It's more of a peace of mind self-defense thing, as well as nostalgic reasons. I'm a big fan of the 1950s, and I kind of love having a piece of equipment that they would have carried around as well. Opening it up, I don't have the button open on this. It's just you push this down, the lever down, and it opens up. And to close it, you just push the spine lock and then just push it down. It is still pretty stiff, not as stiff as it once was. It kind of loosened up. I've had to do a little bit of work on it in years. As the years went by, some screws loosened up, some screws fell out, so I've had to get some replacement screws, and I've had to, put new screws in. I believe like this screw right here was a new screw. These couple screws were newer screws. This I ended up replacing. So there's a lot on here that actually kind of, were replaced, but for about a 6-year-old knife, that's not bad at all. She's still great shape. I love carrying it around still. Like I said, this has always been my EDC. It's been a part of my EDC now for the past 6 years. Anytime I change my pants, I always just switch it over. It's one. If I forget everything that I usually normally carry, if I forget my work knife, if I forget my lighter, if I forget my wallet, if I forget anything else, other part of my EDC, that's okay. But this is one part of my EDC that I never forget, and I never don't take with me. It's always on me. It's always with me. It's a great, like I said, I mean, it's a great self-defense tool, especially for areas that you're not allowed to carry guns with or anything like that. This is technically where I live. This is illegal, but I still carry it anyway. I don't brandish it around. I don't kind of pull it out and show everybody. It's one of those things where I kind of pull it out whenever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really brandish it or threaten it with anybody. Like I said, it's more of a peace of mind type thing. It's more of kind of a neat nostalgic type thing. One thing I always really liked about knives and stuff like that is I've always really liked the clip. My work knife doesn't have a clip on it. It just kind of gets thrown in my pocket. And I don't really like that because, they just kind of fall around and everywhere, and it's kind of just feels a little bit more unorganized. This is just super easy. It slips in, slips out whenever you need it. There were a few close calls that I've been involved in where I've actually had my hand on it, but I've never actually had to pull it out and use it or brand it or anything like that. So, but I still love the look of it. I love the pearl on her. Her name is Stella. She's been great to me over the past year. She's held up really well. Like I said, other than getting the blade cleaned up, which was kind of my stupidity. Other than replacing some of the screws, which just happened over time. I think this one really went from when I first got it. I would play with this knife all the time. Like I would flip it open, close it, flick it open, close it, flick it open, close it, and I think that just kind of wore out these screws over the years, because it was probably a good 2-3 years of constantly playing with it until now I don't play with it at all. I leave it in my pocket and then I forget about it really until I go out, and then it's like, oh yeah, I got Stella with me like I always do, and this and that. But yeah, I mean, she's a great knife. I always recommend Switchblades to everybody because they're super fun, they're super great. Like you said, to me, I know people argue and say, well, but they're a great self-defense tool, especially if you know how to use it. Yeah, but anyway, that's just my little kind of video. I don't know how much these cost, honestly. This was a gift. I think it was a Father's Day gift, or no, anniversary. Sorry, yeah, this was an anniversary gift that I got about 6 years ago, so I still carry it with me everywhere. He said, really great shape still. Everything on it is still really good. Works really well. But yeah, anyway, guys, that's the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and know much, and we'll check the next one.